Well, Matt, thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
And happy landings.